Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good to see you guys. Homemade beef jerky. Homemade bone broth. Miss Daisy and I just went out for breakfast. And I had a little hankering for a little beef jerky. And I went down and she had to do blood work. I had to do blood work. And they're checking my PSA blood work. And they're checking my testosterone level. I've had, since the surgery, I've had 2 shots. I've done myself 2 shots on Cypionate. So we'll see how that goes. I got to see him in, I think, 2 weeks. So then I'll have at least 3 shots. But the only thing that's going to be recorded is these last 2 shots that I've done to see where that's at. But I want to make sure that that PSA is a 0. Yeah. And like I told you before, I asked the doctor, I said, what's up with this PSA now that the prostate's removed? What are we checking? Because that's a targeted test for prostate cancer, right? Well, he said that it checks to make sure there's nothing in the surrounding tissue that was near that prostate. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, gonna be a little busy today. I got to do some. Oh man, lake order ought to be coming in. I should get another bucket of pollen sub. I should be getting 40 plasticell, black plasticell, to go in these string frames. I got 40 string plus frames that I need to convert over to foundation. So we'll put plasticell in that. And then I've got, I got in on that deal, Man Lake deal, and I guess it's still running, guys. You might want to check it out. Those plastic excluders, 10 framers, 10 frame plastic excluders for $2.85 a piece. Hey, that ain't bad, guys. That ain't bad at all. So take advantage of those sales. And who cares? I mean, I'm working with 5 frame nukes, right? Who cares? If you've got extra excluder hanging out there, it doesn't matter. It's a short-term thing that we're going to use, to slide in between to start splitting these colonies up. It's a good tool. It's a good tool to use. You're splitting these up and stick them in there and wait about 4 days, and or 5, and then go in there and inspect both chambers, upper or lower. It could be, you could have them stacked 3 or even 4. Just equalize that brood and bees, stick that excluder in there, come back in 5 days, and then you can find out exactly where your queen's at, because she's got to have the eggs in there where she's at. It's a no-brainer, right? And then you can split off and add your virgin queens that you've got in your incubator, or you can do a walk away, or you can put a cell in there. Whatever your little time frame thing is, working the magic Martin wheel. Yeah, so take advantage of that, and take advantage of those sales they're having right now on that stuff. Try to save money wherever you can. So I'm going to do that, and I'm sitting here munching on this thing and strolling down memory lane, thinking that this was venison, right? The crazy far left wants me to stop eating this stuff. Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? These people have been on way too much fruitcake and Fruit Loops, guys. They're not thinking clearly. We got to get them out of office ASAP. They're throwing all my great warriors, fellow warriors. I never went to Vietnam, but a lot of my friends did, and a lot of them didn't come back. And now they all want to throw all these people that didn't come back and the ones that went all under the bus. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Could care less. All they want is power, and they're going to control you. No, we don't need it. We want all these nut job guys out of office ASAP, so yeah, want to keep growing beef. We want lots of beef, a lot of beef, lots of cholesterol. It's funny, guys. My surgeon, very good guy, very good surgeon, by the way. He's the one that did all this robotic Da Vinci robot stuff with me and his team. There was like at least 12 people in an operating room, guys, at least 12. I couldn't believe it, how much people, resource it take to do this surgery, which you need. You need these people. But we don't need to be constantly over-medicating people like they're doing today. The television is it's just crazy what they're doing, running ad after ad after ad of pharmaceutical drugs to brainwash you, and you're thinking that is the way to go. And now I see they got the diabetic, the people with diabetes, a little disc, plastic disc you glue to your arm. And then they show an obese guy sitting in a restaurant evaluating the menu to see what he can get away with, how much apple pie he can eat, how much pasta he can eat. So he's looking that over, you know. And then he pulls out his little iPhone and gives it one of these jobbies on his arm, and then he checks it. Oh, I'm good. I can have some apple pie now. These brainwashing commercials, guys, and this nonsense on the left has got to stop. It just got to stop. This whole country is getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Okay? It's nuts. So we're going to move forward and get these goofballs out of office and continue on, and God bless Mr. Trump, okay? I want to see him back in there and in 2024. I wish he could get in there earlier, because I just stopped at the pumps, guys. $3 a gallon. $3 a gallon. And that's just the start of it, guys. Just the start. The meat prices are going crazy. Going up, 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 up. It's going to get to a point, guys, where old Steve-O's going to break out his gear, his snaring gear. If it gets to it, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to do it yet. But I got a woods full of critters, guys. Full of critters. Yep. I know how to catch all these critters too, guys, right by the leg. And then I'm an archer too, so I can go in and set up my traps. They're going to step in them. I'm going to catch them around the leg. And the meat stays nice and fresh till I get there. Then I take them out with my archery equipment, whether it be a deer, a wild hog, whatever. Could be a raccoon, could be a possum. Yeah, old Steve-O's gonna eat. Left don't know that. They think they're gonna control us. No, they're not. No. No, I'm sorry. I hate to pop their bubble, but no, they're not gonna control us. Yeah, so I'm just sitting here strolling down memory lane, thinking about all the crazy stuff they're doing here lately. Throwing all our troops under the bus. Jacking the cost of everything up. Firing up these stupid windmills and all this other craziness that doesn't work. You know. We got these hotshots running around telling us about global warming, and they're shooting across the sky in their private jets. Yeah. No, if they were real, how about just selling a jet and buying an ox or two in a cart. Then they might be more realistic, right? Then they can start preaching to me about global warming. Until I see them in an ox cart, no, no. Stuff isn't bad, guys. Not bad. You've got a little. What happens when you go carnivore? You start losing that sweet taste, that sweet craving, right? That addiction to sugar. Sugar is cocaine. It's the same as cocaine. It's what's killing this entire nation. Sugar. And you can't think clearly when you're addicted to that drug. That's why we're so screwed up on the left right now. Yeah. They're so high on fruitcake and Fruit Loops and Snicker bars and RC Cola. They can't, their brain doesn't function. We're gonna get them straightened out, guys. Yeah, we're gonna get them on the right page. I gotta finish up my little snack here and get my beef jerky in the oven. I'll show you how I'm doing that, how I'm building this. But I thought I'd just have a quickie chit chat with you and get you thinking about what's going on with these people. But it was funny, like I was going to tell you about the surgeon, which I like a lot. Don't misunderstand me. He says to me, he's looking at my chart. He says, I see you're 72 years old. I see you're on no medications. I said, well, that, sir, I discovered in the last couple of years. I was on medication for over 30 years. And my regular primary care physician, I asked him, is there any strategies to get off hypertension medication? And he gave me, no, once you're on it, you're on it. I said, oh, really? So that kind of pissed me off, guys. It kind of pissed me off. Here I am going to be controlled by this man and controlled by Big Pharma. And I get it, guys. I understand how we got where we are now with Big Pharma, because that's how they were all trained. The Goldbergs started this way back when, right? They started this nonsense way back when. In my grandfather's days, they had all holistic stuff. Yeah, and my great-grandparents had holistic stuff, but now it's a whole different game. It's all money. When they look at you, they're looking at a dollar bill when you walk in that office. So I said to the doc, yeah, I was for 30 years hooked on medications. I was on several. And I discovered something, doc. On my own, I discovered that if you go on a carnivore diet, your body normalizes, because that's our ancestral diet. And this guy looked at me, guys, like, whoa, what? All you eat's meat? I said, I'll eat a little veg here and there, broccoli, asparagus, nothing sweet. Nah. I made wheelbarrows full, guys, of butternut squash out here, but it's too high carb. I gave it away. I gave away wheelbarrows full of butternut squash because I don't need it. I just don't need that sweet. And what happens once your palate changes from that sweet stuff to this, you don't crave it anymore. Okay, and then your body normalizes. But this surgeon said to me, guys, my God, that's all you eat is meat? Yes, sir. How do you poop? I said, I poop just absolutely wonderfully. He just kind of looked at me like, really? No. Now here's a guy that's very, very intelligent, but he was never trained in the proper human diet. That blows Steve-O's mind, okay? Blows my mind, but it is what it is, and I understand it. But I want you guys to understand it, what's going on, and what's going on the far left, because they're promoting, a lot of the guys on the right are promoting the same nonsense because they're getting their pockets padded, okay? Anyway, we're going to move on, we're going to move forward, and we're not taking any more nonsense from these people, okay? We're going to move forward. All right, let's move forward and get over here and make some beef jerky. Alrighty, guys, I got my oven here preheating. Actually, it's preheated 200. Yep. And you take a spoon. Take a spoon with a, insulator on it so it doesn't get too hot. See, that leaves your door gapped. So you get that moisture out of that. What have I got here? Top round steak, thin sliced. I got a pound, .12. Unit price, $8.19 a pound. So I got $9.17. Extremely expensive, guys. Expensive. Crazy expensive. But this is what's going on. This is what the left wants. They want to try to starve us out, It's not going to work, guys. It ain't going to work. All right, what have I got here? A little Colgin hickory's flavored. There's not much in this stuff. There's some smoke flavor. There's a little bit of molasses in here. Not much. And some sea salt. Here I've got some Redmond sea salt. And I got some pepper. That's the only 3 ingredients we're putting in this. Yes, sir, guys. This is pretty easy. Pretty easy stuff. You can see this meat, the grain is running this way. So that's the way I'm going to cut this. So I start over here and I just start cutting little slices like this. Okay. I just drop it in my bowl. Little stainless steel bowl over here. So I'm going to throw all my slices in here. See, I've got 3 pieces here. So I'm going to get all this sliced up for you, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, I got me a big old borrowed from Miss Daisy, one of her big old cookie sheets. I'll put some parchment paper on there. And let's take some sea salt. Redmond sea salt put on there. Quite a bit of that. Put some pepper on there. And let's take some of this hickory flavored smoke. Give it a good squirt of that. Now this is going to make your entire kitchen smell like a smokehouse, but it dissipates. That's why I have this fan on and that fan on. It will dissipate. So you just get in here now with your hands and go to mixing. Get that salt, pepper, and smoke flavor all evenly distributed on this meat here. This whole process takes about 4 hours. It's dried out pretty good, because see, this meat is cut thin. Now you could buy a big roast and do this same thing, guys. You don't have to buy this I'm just doing this because I'm lazy. Buy those thin cut steaks. But if you're harvesting wild game, of course you're going to have big roasts and stuff, right? So just cut it thin. You want to cut thin. There, that's it, guys. That's it. All right, let me get this all spread out on the cookie sheet here, and I'll show you. Still working on my bone broth, guys. Still raining, guys. I tell you, we just been getting rain after rain after rain. The monsoons are here, guys. This pan, in case you want to know the dimensions, is 21 by 16. Yep, 21 by 16. So yeah, we're going to put this on in. I'm going to put my spoon here. Like so. I just got enough, just a slight crack here, as you can see. That's all you need. Alright guys, I'm gonna, it's 11 o'clock, so I'll come back at 1 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock now. I'll come back at 1 o'clock, and we're gonna turn this meat over, because this will be nice and brown. We'll turn it over, and it'll look kind of gray on the bottom. And then we want that to get brown, so we'll give it probably another 2 hours for that to happen. And you can go in and test it, you know, check it, test it. Object here is to dry it out. And at 200 degrees is a good number on that. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, guys. Working on my lunch here. I'm multitasking, guys. I'm multitasking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think I have quite 2 hours on this. Just keep an eye on it, guys. I don't think it's quite 2 hours on this. But see, if you turn this over, see it's got a little gray look to it? Turn all these over. Put it back in for about another hour, and then your jerky's done. Okay, guys, I'll get this all turned over. I'll get my steak done. Once this is done, time is it? It's 12:10. Once I eat this, I won't eat nothing until tomorrow morning for breakfast, guys. Thanks for stopping in, guys. And once you convert over to this, we'll call it a lifestyle, Steve-O's lifestyle, you guys won't go back, and you're going to start feeling great. And when you're going to be all off your medications and all that, no one's going to tell you this but old Steve-O, right? And I'm not a doctor, so, you know, you don't need to be for this. And if you ask your doctor, what I'm doing is kosher, eyes are going to roll back in their head, okay? And they're going to go, that is flippin' nuts, okay? Because they're trained to say that, okay? So, but if you'll do that, and then you're going to start feeling better, and then you're going to be sitting there one day and you're going to go, golly, old Steve-O, that old son of a bitch has been right all along. Yep, that's what you're going to say. Hey guys, be happy, be strong, because we got to keep getting her on. See ya.